Hi, ladies and gents. Welcome to CEO Meets. My name is Wilkins. I'm the Chief Executive at the British Franchise Association, and I'm delighted to be joined by Diana from Calvin Marketing today. First of all, welcome, Diana. And secondly, please tell us a little bit about yourself, but also what you do.
Okay, well, first of all, Pip, thanks so much for inviting me to take part in this chat today. Always happy to talk about franchising and obviously the work that we do. So I'm the founder and managing director of Calvin Marketing. It's a business that I established over 25 years ago. And yeah, we have some fantastic clients, including 7 franchise brands. And I would say that, you know, we're all about supporting our clients to help them achieve their business objectives, whatever those are, and to, you know, present our clients in a really fantastic light. And I guess when specifically talking about franchising is to expose those clients into, you know, to new audiences, which I think is so important when we're talking franchising. We're a small team of 8. We're based in the middle of the Cheshire countryside on a barn, so we have beautiful offices. Yeah, and you know, we just all love it.
So you obviously, we know that you work with franchisors. You've just touched on that. Do you work with franchisees as well, or is it very much just with the franchisor head office?
No, we very much work with the franchisees that you know, that are part of the franchise brands that we work with. So I think a great example is Home Instead. You know, when we first started working with them in 2009, we were specifically appointed to support the franchise network with local PR. And you know, at the time, the brand had 20 franchisees. They now have approaching 250. So, you know, we do a hell of a lot of support of local franchisees, and the same for Puddle Ducks, Pack and Send, you know, so we do work directly with the franchisees and support them, as well as, you know, doing a whole host of other work with the franchisor.
Yeah, so we talk about collaboration and franchising a lot, and you've got some franchisors together, haven't you? You've done some franchise discovery days as well.
Yeah, we've done it twice now. So we did the first one when we're in the midst of lockdown, so working with some of our clients, but also with other franchise brands. And I think the discovery days have been really interesting in that what we've tried to do, in particular with the one that we ran in March, was to take franchising to new audiences, which I know is something that the BFA works, you know, really hard on as well. So we ran sort of Google ad campaigns, we created podcasts, we did a lot of work on social media and LinkedIn, so that we were getting that message about franchise opportunities and, you know, being your own boss. We were taking it into maybe new audiences or people who maybe don't understand or know a lot about franchising, but have that entrepreneurial drive and would love to own their own business.
So talk to me a bit about how you work with franchisors then. So you've said you do sort of local stuff for franchisees, but is it really just to get their brand further out there, or are you helping them with sort of recruitment processes?
Yeah, we work on, for a number of our franchise clients, one of our specific briefs is franchise recruitment. So, you know, we obviously, you know, we create a lot of content that goes out, you know, on a daily basis, I would say, that goes out into the franchise world, but always with an eye to how can we take this, say, to the Daily Telegraph or the BBC. You know, is there a way that we can get other people to talk about franchising, so we're not just all fishing in that franchising sort of pond, as it were. So we work on you know, we work on developing thought leadership campaigns, looking at just this week, you know, this whole working from home and the sort of, you know, the resistance that employers are seeing now. So we have a client, the Alternative Board, that was relevant for. So we've been having some really interesting conversations with national media about, you know, that topic. So we're looking for sort of topical themes to engage broader media with. But we also work across things like crisis management, partnership campaigns. I mean, that's a big part of what we're doing at the moment with, say, Home Instead, is working with the partnerships that they have with, say, Boots or Parkinson's UK or Barclays. So that's a big part. We very much, I know a lot of people say this, but we genuinely see ourselves as an extension of our clients. So often the things that we're asked to do aren't directly PR or marketing, they're just anything to help that brand achieve their business objectives.
Fab. And talk to us now, what sort of trends are you seeing? You know, a lot of people obviously shifting, using social media a lot more. Are you seeing any other sort of PR marketing trends that you can talk to us about?
I think one of the biggest challenges, it might not be a trend that us PR types are seeing, is journalists are no longer in an office, or many of them aren't in an office. So actually getting hold of them is really difficult in terms of having a conversation. So as an agency, we've always, I think, prided ourselves in not just writing a press release and scattergun sending it out to everybody. We've always tailored our pitch so that we're talking directly to a journalist about a specific opportunity within their media, whether it's broadcast or print, you know, or online. But I think that the thing we're having to do now is really fine tune the message. So what is the story? And getting that down into a really succinct message, because, you know, these journalists are not answering the phone, they're getting hundreds of emails each day, and we've got to cut through that noise with our message. I think the other PR trend, what sort of PR social media, is citizen journalism. So, you know, if you look at the George Floyd story, the Sarah Everard story, they were broken on social media, and then the mainstream media pick up and report on it. So social listening is really important now, so that you've got your finger on the pulse and you know what is being talked about in the sectors that you work with. So I think that, you know, PR is so exciting, and I think these challenges will only just make us all better at what we do. So, you know, it's got to be, so I'm a very positive person, it's all fine.
Absolutely. Well, there's loads of different platforms now, isn't there? We've been exploring TikTok as an association.
Oh, brilliant.
I'm just, you know, I just have a feeling they're going to have me dancing to some random tune. But it seems to be working, and we're seeing more and more franchisors kind of moving across, and video content being kind of a real thing.
I think the TikTok thing is so interesting. So we've been doing a lot of work for both within the franchise sector, but also for clients of ours. So we've got an estate agent client, and we've been doing an exercise with them of, you know, of bringing them into the world of TikTok, and we've also been investigating it with home instead. So we've been looking at it quite a lot, and I think it's interesting. And I was only just this morning having a conversation with the MD of a non-franchise client who was saying, I've seen these TikTok type things that you're putting out. So we're putting them out on, say, Instagram or Facebook, and I'm not sure you quite look smart enough, or the delivery was right. And I was saying, no, this is what it's all about. It's about, you know, making us human. Marks and Spencer's, I don't know whether you've seen the Romford off team from Marks and Spencer's. There's a group of them, and they do daft things. I think it's a brilliant way of brands reaching out to people without having to be too sort of suited and booted and, you know, proper, if you like. And I think you're absolutely right. I think, you know, obviously video content's huge, but TikTok, people will look at that type of content, and it says, I think it does, you know, you as long as you're doing all the other stuff as well, and not just throwing everything out and just going on TikTok or Insta, I think it's a great way of engaging with people. That's what it's all about, isn't it?
It's bringing the authenticity and the humanality, I think, to businesses that we've maybe not seen before, but it definitely seems to be a trend. So we're hopping on that bandwagon too.
Well, when you do your first dance, Swan, can you make your marketing team just ask them to drop me an email just so I don't miss it?
No problem at all, will do. It's been really nice talking to you. I have one final question I ask everybody. If you were talking to someone that's looking to come into franchising, what would be your top tip?
I was having this conversation with a 16-year-old who was doing some work experience with us on Tuesday this week. Who's really keen to sort of get interested in having his own business. So find a brand that you're passionate about, that you're really interested and you believe in what they do. Do as much research as you can, speak to some of their franchisees, and absolutely go for it, because as an observer sitting on the outside, I can see that franchising is just an amazing way of setting up and being supported in business.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for your time today. It was fabulous talking to you.
Thank you very much, Pip. Thank you.